Hello, everyone. For this week, I wanted to give you a review of some of the six major terms in Hindu beliefs and practices. Still to this day, as you've already read, Hinduism is the world's oldest religion, still in dominant practice in the world. It's about 4 to 5 thousand years old, going back to around 3,000 to 2000 BC. So 4 to 5 millennia of history. It's astounding how old Hinduism actually is. It really, really is a major feat to survive 4 to 5 millennia. Not many things endure or persist for that long, but Hinduism certainly has and continues to thrive with about 1.1 billion followers in the world today, the vast majority of them which still live in its homeland, Hinduism's homeland, its birth, and that'd be the country of India, of course. About 90% of all Hindus reside in India. These are the six major topics. They're discussed at length in the Upanishads. The Upanishads are the conclusion to the four Vedas. The Vedas typically are identified as the most sacred scripture in Hinduism because it's the oldest. It goes back, the earliest parts of the Vedas go back to the probably around 1500 BC. The Upanishads are the conclusion to the Vedas. The Vedas essentially are four writings, four collections put together in one book, one library. The Upanishads are the conclusion to each, but for several reasons, are actually the Upanishads, that conclusionary part to each Veda, is kind of isolated on its own. It's individualized as a separate sacred text within Hinduism. So these are six main concepts that are still important, taught in the Upanishads, that are still important to Hinduism, spirituality, and beliefs today. We can definitely start with the Brahman. The Brahman is the basically the highest expression of sacredness, the highest manifestation of divinity is the Brahman. The Brahman is in Hinduism, that would be analogous to the notion of God in Christianity. The entire universe, according to Hinduism, is a manifestation of the Brahman. The Brahman exists in everything, the Brahman empowers everything. Everything is connected to the Brahman. Again, the entire universe and everything in it and everyone in it is an extension, a manifestation of the Brahman. So essentially, there's nothing that separates anything or anyone from the Brahman. Who we truly are, our true nature, our true identity is not human. It's actually divine because it's the Brahman within us. These are all great beliefs to have, but they must be put into practice for sure, without a doubt. Um, so the Brahman isn't just a belief, it should be a lived experience of the interconnectedness, interrelatedness, interdependence of everything. Everything is joined together. Everything has a shared common source, and that source is sacred, and that sacred source is the Brahman that joins and unites us all together. That's the Brahman. The Brahman within us is the Atman. This is who we truly are. The notion of our deepest self, our true identity, our true nature is the Brahman within us. The Brahman within us is our Atman. So the Atman in English, we can translate that as our true self, our deepest self, our soul. Our soul. The Brahman within us is our soul. So in Hinduism, you're allowed to say, I am Brahman, I am God, and I see God in you. You are God. You are Brahman as well. Because again, at the deepest level, the central core is Brahman. As everything and everyone is Brahman. Everything is God, and the God within you is the Atman. So namaste, namaste. Probably heard of that before. That is, I formally recognize, I see, I have a vision of God in you. Namaste. Maya is what we need to break through. Maya is delusion. illusion, veiled, covered up. Our view of reality, our vision of the world around us, of existence and our place in it, is unfortunately not accurate. Culture, human society, and other groups frustrate a true vision of reality. This is Maya. We have to break through it, we have to overcome it, we have to see reality correctly, which we initially don't. We unfortunately view the world, reality, existence, and our place in it incorrectly, thus. We view the world incorrectly as us being individual, separate, there being an isolated individual, finite, private self, or Atman. This is wrong. This is totally wrong because the Brahman unites and joins. So we're not an isolated, independent self. The Brahman joins us all together. So we have to view reality correctly through that lens, not as an individual self, but as being a part of something much greater, linked, joined together because of the Brahman. The entire universe is an extension of the Brahman. Nothing would exist without the Brahman. Thus, everything is Brahman based. Thus, we should view the world correctly through that lens of the Brahman uniting and joining us all. So we have to penetrate, break through, overcome Maya. Karma, you've probably heard of before. Karma is Sanskrit for action or to do, to act, to do, or action. Um, it's naturally interwoven in the universe. It is a force. It is an energy similar to gravity. Gravity is a physical law that governs the universe. So too is karma, this cosmic energy. You've heard of some of the phrases to explain karma before, but good begets good, bad begets bad, or good generates more good, doing bad generates more bad. It is the moral law of cause and effect. What comes around goes around. It's that moral law. So if you do good, um, more good will be a consequence. More good will occur. If you do bad, that will result in more bad. So we are the self-architect. We govern our own karma because, again, our actions shape the reactions. Our actions shape the results or consequences. So we are the master of our own karma. It's not Brahman or God who meters out, who delivers karma. It's just a natural energy in the universe. And we are the master of our own karmas because we, have our own lives. We carry out and execute our own actions, and they have moral consequences, moral results, effects. That's called karma. Karma definitely shapes samsara. Samsara is reincarnation, rebirth. From the Sanskrit, literally becoming, journeying. Um, we want to overcome samsara. We don't want to be reborn, according to Hinduism and then also Buddhism as well. So there is this Western misconception that reincarnation, rebirth is interesting or something that's looked forward to. You don't want to be reborn. You want to escape this cycle of reincarnation. The fact that you die and are reborn back in this level of reality on Earth means that you have more negative karma that you need to atone for or pay back, make up for, that you still haven't, responded to. That's still out there waiting for you. That has drawn you back, your Atman back into this world. That again you need to make up for, unfortunately. So, um, so this is nothing that's looked forward to. So samsara, in fact, is the fundamental central problem of human existence. It's bondage. You're captured by it. You're a slave to samsara because of all of your negative karma that you still need to extinguish and make up for. So samsara is the problem. It is the problem of human existence. Moksha is the goal. Moksha is the afterlife scenario, if you will. So again, another analogy, moksha is to Hinduism as is heaven is to Christianity. This is the fundamental central goal of human existence in Hinduism, moksha. Moksha, probably most literally from the Sanskrit, means release, freedom, deliverance, or liberation. It's where we fully realize the Brahman. We shed all self-limiting beliefs, misconceptions, ignorance, delusion, foolishness of a finite individual ego that usually takes center stage in our lives and must be satisfied and gratified. We realize we are truly Brahman and there's nothing else to us. And thus we truly realize that everyone else is Brahman. And so there's no misery, hatred, anger, despair, judgment, abuse, manipulation, because all we see is Brahman and everyone around us and then everything around us in reality. So no more resentment or anger or jealousy or rage or lying or slander, none of that. We have a true Brahman view of all of reality, everything and everyone in it. With that type of lifestyle, based off those types of beliefs, so the lifestyle complementing the beliefs leading to that type of Brahman lifestyle, just imagine all the positive karma that flows from putting those beliefs into action through a lifestyle of goodness and benevolence and compassion and empathy and virtue. Only good karma would flow from that. And so thus you're breaking through samsara. You will not be reborn in this world. You will achieve and enter moksha, to give it kind of a spatial, locale, geographic type setting. Though of course the Christian notion of heaven would go beyond that, and so too would the Hindu notion of moksha. You achieve full union with the Brahman because there's no more negative karma tying you down to the cycle of samsara in this world. So you've conquered samsara. You've broken through Maya. You realize that Brahman isn't everyone's Atman. So everything is Brahman based, and you obviously have all these beliefs, but you have a lifestyle that matches those beliefs, puts those beliefs into full practice. So only the Brahman remains. And so now you have full union with the Brahman in this other world, this transcendent level of reality, this paradise, this afterlife, moksha. It is release, freedom, deliverance, liberation. You've conquered negative karma unless you've conquered samsara with the realization of Brahman in everything and in everyone. So a quick review of these 6 basic Hindu terms: Brahman, Atman, Maya, Karma, and then the last 2 on this single slide together, samsara and moksha. Take care, everyone.